Hi everyone, it is the 12th of October 2014 and I wanted to do a small video on gentlemen's accessories on shaving and hygiene. So a couple of days ago when I went out, I went to visit some traditional gentlemen's suppliers, grooming suppliers in London. And there's lots of suppliers that do a lot of things. They all do similar things, but there are a couple which are slightly better, and some are which are slightly they do the same product, but it's more expensive in one place, and it's sort of lower price than the other place, but it's actually the same product. So I went to four of the best suppliers, which are very, very old and have supplied gentlemen for centuries, the royal family, the military officers, and so on. So I'll read them out. I wrote them down in sort of the order of how old they are. So the first one is D.R. Harris, from which I bought some cologne. This one. That was established in 1790. The next one is Truefitt Hill, where I bought a razor from. That one was established in 1805, and they do haircuts and shaving in store as well. And on the day that one of the most famous British Prime Minister Sir Winston Churchill passed away, they actually closed their doors as a mark of respect to him. So the next one is the Tailor of Bond Street, where I got some shaving cream and some soap from. They were established in 1854. And the final one where I got a shaving brush from was G.O.F. Trumper, and they were established in 1875. So just from those dates you can see how long they've been in business and how sustainable their business is and how reputable their businesses are. Unlike some businesses these days where they're up for a few days and they close, or a few months and a couple of years, and then they go bust, and yes, they make money, will make a lot of money in a small amount of time, and then they go bust, and then they go and do something else. And well, these businesses have been here for centuries, and highly likely because gentlemen are going back to traditional methods and traditional things, they will be there for probably another few centuries at least. Yeah, so we'll get started. First of all, I bought some cologne from D.R. Harris. It looks like the pronunciation is Dr. Harris and Co, but it's not. It's actually D.R. Harris. The D.R. is a initial. I'll try and adjust the focus if I have some luck. So if you just have a look at the bottom line here, it's actually D.R. Harris and Co. But the way they're written is, you can't see the dot between the D and the R. So a lot of people just say Dr. Harris, but it's actually D.R. Harris. So this is the Arlington cologne, and it's a classic English fragrance for gentlemen. They've done this for a very, very long time. It's one of their oldest collections. So we'll just open this, and before we go into it, I'll just show you some of the good reputation about this company. So it is currently the supplier to Her Majesty the Queen for pharmaceutic as a pharmacist, and it is currently the supplier to His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales as a chemist. So these are what are called in the United Kingdom Royal Warrants. So they are given to companies that are trusted by members of the royal family to supply them, like pharmacist goods or grooming products or whatever, flowers, stationery, clothes, you name it. If a supplier is accepted by one of the members of the royal family and they trust it and they sort of love the products, they will generally give them a royal warrant, which is one of the highest marks of, I suppose, thank you from a member of the royal family that business is trusted. So this business actually has two. So we're going. This is a 50 ml cologne or perfume, and the reason I got a 50 ml was because so I can travel with it. They do also make a 100 ml, but it's not a spray version. This is a spray, so it's really easy to use. The other one is a splash, so you have to put it onto your hands and then put it onto your body. This is just a really simple spray. Now this is a really light, sort of citrusy kind of smell. It doesn't affect your nose too much, so it's really nice just to have, and it lasts about 4.5 hours maybe on your skin. The next thing I bought was some rose shaving cream. This is from Taylor of Bond Street. See if I can focus in there. Taylor of Bond Street, and they do many colours, like they do many flavours or scents, like grapefruit, lime, violet. They have a very huge selection, but I like the rose because it's just really nice and gentle. And I actually shaved it with this for the first time yesterday, and I've never ever had a better shaving cream than this. So this is a 75ml tube. They also do it in tubs, but I wanted a tube, again, lower quantity, so that I could travel with it. So it's a rose shaving cream. It is one of the best. I highly recommend this cream. I've actually never had anything better than this, and I've tried a lot of creams. I've tried all the fancy ones, and I've tried some really overpriced ones, but this was I think one tube cost £6.95 or something around that region. The tubes from other companies that they also do rose cream, like Harries and Truefitt Hill and GF Trumper, but they are about £9.95. So the reason this was cheaper is because they do a lot of they have a huge range, and it's exceptionally popular, so they are able to lower their prices. So to go with that, I also bought some hand soap. I'm big on hygiene, and I got the same rose. I bought the same rose scented hand soap, and I've actually used one of these again yesterday when I bought it. It's really nice. It's so gentle on your skin, and it doesn't leave, because I tend to wash my hands quite a lot. Bit of OCD alert there. So it tends to leave like dry soap things on my hand and dry skin. That is actually really soft. So coming to Truefitt Hill, I purchased a straight razor from there. I think that's actually the wrong name. I bought a single blade razor, because the straight razor are like the knife kind of thing razors. Well, this is the traditional one where you put in the Wilkinson sword blades. They're blade on one side, blade on the other, and this is what is known as a butterfly razor. And the reason it's known as a butterfly one, well, first of all, I went to all 4 shops and I couldn't find a butterfly razor. And the reason I wanted this was because when you change the blade on these, what you do is you turn the handle, and the top bit comes off and the base plate comes off, and then you put the blade between the top half, the top circle half, and the bottom, and then you screw it back on. Now, because my hands sometimes shake quite a bit, I didn't want to start ripping my fingers and cutting my fingers with the blade. So this is known as a butterfly one, and this is actually the longest handle they do. And it's very difficult to find. I went to all 4 shops and it ended up in Truefitt Hill, and they had actually just put this out on the same morning that I went in, and the shop assistant said that he wasn't surprised that it was gone within a few hours, because a lot of people love these longer handle ones, and they're not that much produced. So this is by a company. Well, Truefitt Hill are the sellers. They don't actually make them. It's by a company called Ebby, EBBY, and this is the Wellington razor, Wellington butterfly razor. So the good thing about it is this is the mechanism here. So you hold one hand on here strongly, and one hand on here, and if you just have a look, so I'm just going to, excuse me, right, so it turns counterclockwise, and all I'm doing is I'm turning the base, and it just opens up like that. I'll do it again. So what I'm doing is I'm turning this base counterclockwise, and it just opens up. So I'll do it again to show you. So I'm turning the base counterclockwise. Let's get this in focus, and it just pops up like that. So there's no messing about, and you can just simply drop the razor into there and turn it clockwise again, tighten it, and there you go, it's closed. No fuss, no messing about. And a lot of men are actually going back to this because A, the blades are cheaper. Secondly, you don't need 5 blades or even 3 blades or even 2 blades. This works very, very well. And the way you do it is you warm your face with hot water and then rub it with a hot, get a small hand towel, soak it in hot water, rinse it, rinse out the water and put it all over your face. Then you apply a little small amount of shaving cream all over your face. It lathers up really quickly, and then you shave using single blade razor really, really slowly in upwards and count against the grain directions. And you do it once, twice, turn it around and do it once, twice, and then wash it with hot water. So just hold it under the hot water tap, or if you have a hot bowl, rinse it in hot water, and then repeat the process. And do it really, really slowly. Don't apply pressure, don't do it in haste, and you will have a very, very good shave. I actually just used my Mac 5 yesterday and with this shaving cream, and I've never had a better shave. But I am going to go and start using these from now on. With the shaving cream, you don't actually need it, but I did buy a brush because it increases the amount of lather that you can create with a brush than with just your fingers. So I went to Trumper, and they were the only company which had a non-animal hair brush, sort of like I wanted a synthetic one, but not like a badger hair or horse hair or anything like that. Actually, I don't think they use horsehair, sorry. Badger hair is the one that they use mostly. But I know that there is one other animal that they use, and I cannot remember. I'm really sorry, but the most popular one is badger hair. I didn't want that. Not for any reason, just I don't really like animal hair that much. So I got a silver tip fiber. Now this is a synthetic brush, so it's not badger hair, it's a synthetic brush, but it is as good quality. This also dries quicker, and so it's perfect for me to travel with. I can just rinse it out and dry it with just a it's not focusing now, just dry it with a towel. So after use, I can just sort of, what I was advised was to hold it upside down and just shake it 5 times, and then just dry it with a towel and don't leave it damp, and that's it. I'm ready to go. With a badger hairbrush, it takes a bit more time because the hair absorbs more water, which is good in one way, but it's bad in another way because it takes a long time to dry, and you have to shake it. You still have to shake it 5 or 6 times, but then you have to leave it upside down in a holder. With a synthetic brush, you don't need to do that. You just rinse it, dry it with a brush, dry it with a towel, and you're ready to go. You can go ahead and put that into your wash bag. So that was just a quite quick introduction to some gentlemen as accessories, grooming accessories. I hope you liked it. I hope it might give you an idea. But definitely, if you go for one thing next time, I would definitely recommend to all men and even ladies who shave, if you're going to use a shaving cream, go for this one. This is the Taylor of Bond Street Rose Shaving Cream. I've used it. I used it the first time yesterday, and I've never had a better shave. And my skin cuts really quickly because my hands shake, and it cuts anyway really quickly, and it doesn't heal. It starts to leave marks on my skin, on my face, and I have a lot of sort of cut marks on my face for many years. And I've used all different types of creams, and that is the best one. So if you want something to use, I would definitely recommend, if you go for one thing out of all this, or nothing at all, but one thing I would suggest is that you definitely have a look at Taylor of Bond Street Shaving Cream. If you don't like rose, they do other I keep saying flavours, but scents like lime, blackcurrant, almond, sandalwood, grapefruit. They do so many scents. Go and have a look on their website, and I'm sure you might find something there. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall speak to you later. Thank you. Bye.